Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Curiosity Box, and here I am showing you an alternative choice for a planner or diary, and this is a very British themed planner, although it does have information that is applicable around the world because it's about moons and stuff. Anyway, it's an earth friendly, printed on 100% post-consumer waste, grey board and cyclist offset paper. So it's a eco-friendly planner, and it's the Country Wisdom and Folklore Diary 2016. So if you're in the UK and you want a proper UK thing, then this is good. But if you're in another country and you want to learn more about stuff in the UK, then this is also really cool. So it's got a pretty cover of leaves and berries and things, and it's spiral bound, and it does fold back on itself. I personally haven't quite decided what I'd write in this yet, but there's so much in it that you don't even need to actually write anything. You could just have it just to have a look through the year and just have it, share it like with your family, just have a look and say, oh, did you know this? Oh, let's make that recipe, because it's packed basically. So you might want to grab a cup of tea. It might take me a while to get through this. So this is the first inside page, and it's a really pretty picture of the sun, and it shows you Samhain, winter solstice, Imbolc, vernal equinox, Beltane, summer solstice, Lammas, autumn equinox, and it's really pretty, and it's like all like coloured pencil and everything. I really like that. So the next page is actually a whole page all about the phases of the moon, and it says, got a chart about how I don't know how to describe it, but it's right there. But it's got a chart all about the phases of the moon. It tells you all about the different types of moon and how long it travels, and just so much, and all these different old English things. And then we have the welcome page of another beautiful painting that looks really pretty, and it says, this year's diary is packed with a mix of sayings, ways and wisdom, together with oddities, recipes, poems and stories, all of which have a place in our country's past. So I love this, it's awesome. So this is what the actual bit you're writing looks like. So it's a week on 2 pages, and Saturday and Sunday have the same amount of space as the other days, so that's cool. Then on each day you get the dates for sunrise and sunset and moonrise and moonset, so that's really cool. And then you get a little saying, little old folk saying at the bottom of each page. So on this page you've got a Cornish saying, and then you've got a really pretty picture. Sorry, I'm off camera. Got a really pretty picture of a fox in the rain. So each week has a picture or some really cool information. So January we have a bit about onboard ship, what the anchor cable would be, and it tells you about where particular phrases come from, the history of particular phrases, and this bit is about where the phrase the bitter end comes from. And then you've got the north door, and it's all about a door in a church, and it's about why there's a bricked up doorway opposite the south entrance. And then it talks about an event that happened at a church in Suffolk, and about the history of that So it's really interesting. And then there's a little sort of, I forgot what they call them, but sort of saying, snow from the north and northwest is the driest and will not molest, but coming from the east and southeast will drift o'er man and beast. So it's that sort of stuff that farmers would want to know too. Then Monday the 11th of January, apparently it was Plough Monday. So that's interesting. Then on this page it talks about where the word magic came from, and it's mentioned Aleister Crowley. And then on this page it has a recipe. I'm forgetting to look at the camera, but on this page it has a recipe for steamed puds, so it's a whole recipe on this page. And then there's a little thing about where the saying, the proof of the pudding is in the eating, comes from. So even if you're not going to write in this, it's really fun to have like all the information in it. Then on this page there's a rheumatism cure, preparation for in bulk, and that's about a celebration. And then there's a tip about boiled and mashed ivy leaves to refreshen any black silk item you've got. So that's that page, the preparation. And then on this page, on St. Paul's Day, half the winter is past and half is to come. So that St. Paul's Day was on the 25th, so we haven't had much winter. So, and then on this page it's got a story all about chapbooks. That are those they were the little books with different things in to read that were really cheap. And then on the farm on Candlemas Day, a farmer should have half his straw and half his hay. And then on this page got what you should do in Ireland on St. Bridget's Day Eve. And then we have a painting of an owl, and what to do with the ends of candles burnt on Candlemas Day. Apparently you're meant to carry them with you for protection. And then on the next, we're going into February now, so there's no like monthly division between the months, it just goes straight into the month. So on this page it's got history about Shrove Tuesday, and there's some Valentine's sayings and things, and an article about Verbena officinalis. So there's a ton of information. The next page we've got, when the moon's horns are sharp, expect rain the following day. And then we've got a poem called At Time of Thaw. And then there's a little thing here that says, a sheep's fart is better than a cow's turd. So if you want a planet that says fart and turd in, this is your one. And then the next page is about ladybirds. Then it's about the Shelton Oak and Berwick House. Now, is it Shrewsbury or Shrewsbury? I can't pronounce either. What is information about that? And then and a little snippet about wooden chips and how that relates to the saying, being on your beam ends, which I've not heard that saying actually. And then as this is apparently a leap year, it talks about the tradition about women proposing to men. And then we've got, on this page we've got some painting of lots of little sheep going across the bridge onto the next field. And then a bit about Mothering Sunday. And this is there's a little recipe here for wet nally, a popular pudding from Liverpool and the northwest. And some history about the spring equinox, then a fact about wind. Then on this page it's a fact about March, and it's got the article about Easter, and another saying. We have a fact about Sheer Thursday, and then we have another recipe for leek and carefully tart, and it's got a reminder for when you want to put your clocks forward. And then apparently you should wear something new on Easter Day or the crows will spoil everything you have on. So you could just like stay inside if you're wearing some old, I don't know. But and then the next page is, it tells you it's a good time to make your newspaper seed pots to germinate sweet peas. And then there's a tip about saving your clean jam jars to shelter delicate seedlings from late frosts. And we have another beautiful painting of the landscape. And then we have a tip about medieval times and an article about heather and another little oldie saying. This page is, if the inside of your elbow itches, it is a sign someone will visit, but if the outside itches, someone will be leaving soon. Then we've got the next article is about swallows and house martins, and there's a little rhyme at the bottom of the page. So this page, so I won't say any more about what the little bits are because it's tons of little snippets of information. I'll just say what the main article is. So this main article is about May time. And then we have a bunny rabbit. That's a very skinny bunny. It might be a hare actually. It's a very skinny hare. But it's awesome. I love it. And this article is about the great orm goats. Then we have the article about long barrows. And then I found this, I was really happy to find this, is a poem about black cat. And my cat's a black cat, and it says, Black cat, a shy glimpse then vanished away, to whom you are begotten, a free spirit with leaf you play, harbinger of luck, to paths crossed that day, a sleek figure veiled in jet, and that's my cat's name, Jet, a shadow crossing boundaries unbeknown, and yet your presence feared, bastard. You are captured, you are revered, on cushioned lap you find your throne, figure of the wilderness, but lover of home. It's like, he does like a good cuddle, and there's a picture of the cat, including one showing his bumhole. This is fun. And then this page has got all about Robin Hood. This page we have a painting of a house and some trees. This page is about the turf seat and bower. Then I have a page about midsummer. That's about the nightjar. I have a pretty painting of some clouds. An article about natural magic. article about telling the bees. This page is meadowsweet. Harvesting and preserving. A painting of a dolphin. That's really, oh, I like the blue colours. That's pretty. Rose hips. Elf shot. Beeston Castle, Cheshire. A painting of some cliffs and the water and some houses. Hop picking. The corn supper. Quit rent ceremonies. A painting of some trees, leaves, quite abstract. And we have a poem called The Witch Stone. Fairy Flight. Samhain. Guy Fawkes Night. A painting of the beach. Wallerton Hall in Norfolk. Hobs, hob thrusts and hobmen. Counting down. A painting of a girl, a person in a tree. Folk songs. The Ashen Faggot, which is a long log of ash surrounded by smaller branches. A poem called "'Tis Yuletide." And then an article called Missel Thrush. And it is a bird. So then you've got an overview of 2015, 2016 and 2017. Then you've got a page for addresses, contacts. And then that's the back of this planner. So I think this is a really good planner if you want to learn about British traditions. So I just thought it looked really interesting. So I hope you have enjoyed this review and thank you for watching. Yay.